Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam164. As you may remember, it started to rain around Markandeya and it was swallowing up the whole earth. The line which divided the sky from the earth was not seen since the earth was not there. He saw the other two worlds and the devas and the stars also being swallowed up by the waters. He found himself floating about in the water like some flotsam, without any destination, without any sense of direction. He was tormented by hunger and thirst. The fish and sharks and whales were fearful, and there was nothing but darkness all around him. He was whirling like driftwood, and he was extremely frightened and lonely. He would be caught up in a whirlpool once, and when he was thrown out of it, a huge wave would toss him here and there. All the fears which he had thought he had conquered came to him all together. He was feeling distressed because of sickness, and he was sad. He felt deluded and frightened. He thought he was going to die, and he dreaded the thought. At the same time, he knew that he had once conquered death. And yet now he was actually afraid that he was going to die. So he drifted about, tossed by the waves, and tossed about by his own fears and pains. All of a sudden, while he was thus floating, Markandeya saw a beautiful ashwata tree at a distance. He could see the green of the new leaves on the branches, and it was a big tree. He could see clearly one of the branches leaning towards the spot where he was. On a leaf of the ashwata tree, the rishi saw a strange sight. He saw a child sleeping on the leaf of the ashwata. The glow from the child was so great that it pierced the blinding darkness around him. The child was dark like an emerald. The face was beautiful like a lotus. The neck was lovely like a conch. The child had a wide chest and his nose was chiseled. The curls from his head fell on his face and his breath played softly with them. The ears, like shells, were wearing the flowers of the pomegranate. There was a slight smile on the coral lips of the child. With his tender hands, the child had taken hold of his foot and placed the lotus-like foot onto his lips and was sucking the toe ecstatically. Markandeya saw the child, and he could not take his eyes away from the heap of beauty which met his eyes. When he saw the child, the rishi found that all his fatigue had left him. His eyes were wide open, drinking in the beauty of the child, and his heart was filled with joy. He felt within himself who the child was. Still, he went nearer to see the child at closer range. When he went near, he found that the breath of the child was pulling him. Markandeya entered the child's body along with a breath from him, like a mosquito. When he was inside, the rishi found the world as it was before the rains came. Amazed at the sight, Markandeya kept looking around. He saw the entire earth. He saw the heavens and the skies studded with stars. The mountains were there, the islands, and the four quarters with the devas guarding them. He saw the asuras. He saw forests, cities, and all the ashrams, and he saw the Himavat, the river Pushpabhadra, and the rock Chitra, and his ashram on top of it. Suddenly he was thrown out by an expiration from the child, and he found himself on the waters once again. He could still see the child, and drawn towards it, he swam towards it to embrace it. The child vanished from there. The ashwata tree vanished in the waters and the tossing waves. Markandeya found that he was on firm land, on the firm floor of his own ashram. Overpowered by the experience, Markandeya stood as though in a trance with his mind set on Narayana. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.